Hey guys, Justin here, Poverty Tier Tactical Gear. Today we are going to be talking about lowering the FPS on your KWA PTS gas blowback Masada or ACR rifle. Alright, I'm making this video, I can't get my camera to hold straight. I'm making this video because there is almost no information on the web on how to do what I'm going to show you guys how to do. So today you're going to be lowering the FPS by removing this right here. Alright, so this is the standard jet valve, and we're going to be replacing it with this right here. This is a low power jet valve. Alright, there are a few key differences. The standard one has these little kind of flanges, little propeller looking flanges on it, and this one does not. So you might notice that they've got both of them out. That's because I already did this. I'm gonna make a video about it because it was it's relatively simple, and again there's no information on it, which I don't get why. So let's take a dive in. All right. I'm gonna throw you guys on my head, and then we're gonna go from there. All right. So again, KWA PTS Masada, we're going to start by removing the mag and checking that there's no BB in the chamber. Now it seems kind of silly because this is a gas gun, so if there's no gas, it can't go off, right? Well, if you're gonna be doing this sort of thing, you know, especially with real firearms, you're gonna want to go ahead and just get in the habit of checking the chamber. All right, so we're gonna start by taking the takedown pin and pushing it in. Pull it out. Now I'm assuming you guys are watching this know what I'm talking about, but just in case, I'm going to be extra super specific with things. So now we're going to slide the entire bolt and recoil spring out. We're going to do it just like that. All right, there are no buttons or levers. You just grab this piece right here and slide it on out. So this is your bolt carrier group. Gonna put this little girl back together and take this off and put this down over here. So now that I've got the BCG out, I'm going to untangle my charging cord, and we're going to continue. All right. In order to get the recoil rod and spring out of the bolt carrier, which you don't need to do, I'm going to show you how to do it anyway. You're going to just take it, right? You're going to push it up, rotate it, guess an eighth of a turn, counterclockwise. You're going to slide it right out. You see these channels? These tips go in those channels. So this is overall the sort of thing that should take you no more than 10-15 minutes. Sponsored by Corona. Sorry, I thought that was going to be a lot cooler. So let's start. Very first thing, I don't know why I have the screwdriver. We're going to punch out this this back pin. I don't remember what its name is, but you can see it on the diagram. Now the whole goal is to get, again, to this piece right here. This is 97-1. This is what we're going to be removing, and it is all the way deep in the heart of the bolt carrier group. And again, we're going to be replacing it with Alpha 001. That's a Lemur Papa, not Lemur Delta. It looks like a D, it's a P. LP, also the Libertarian Party. You can remember it like that. So we're going to remove this pin. You're going to start with the basic hole punch, and then I'm going to move over to this, and then we're going to move over to this. This is a 1 millimeter thick rod that I made, and I actually made it out of one of those little butterfly clips. One of these things are excellent. They're a millimeter thick, they're incredibly strong, and you can kind of bend them to whatever shape you want. So I don't have I left my little can't remember what it's called, that thing where you hammer down a pin the pin seater or whatever. Yeah, I don't know where that is. I think I left it at my boy's house. So we're gonna just take this roll pin out, and this one's pretty hard to get out, but that's okay, because with channel locks, theoretically, all things are possible. Now, like all roll pins, this is a shitty, stupid design by somebody too cheap to incorporate a steel locking key, but there it is. So, what did we do? We just removed the bolt carrier group. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so you're gonna be like, oh, we're stuck? Okay, it's these three flatheads right here. Gonna unscrew these. They are not size oriented. They're all exactly the same size, so it doesn't matter if you get them mixed up. Again, you're still gonna wanna get in the habit of sort of positioning screws and pins and detents and things like that in, you know, in formation, so that in case it is different and I can't tell, like if I'm wrong, because I'm wrong all the time, wrong about lots of things. So if I'm wrong, you're gonna still want to have them lined up so that you know which way they go back in. But if you don't, you should probably be fine, because I'm pretty sure they're all exactly the same size. You're gonna pop that piece out. I don't know what this is called. You're gonna drop that there, then you're gonna slide your bolt out. Now, this was filthy when I took it out, so I went ahead and you know, I cleaned it off, and then I put some new super lube on it. I love this stuff. That one YouTube channel told me to get it. I've got it. It works great. All right, so now you've got this, which is essentially your nozzle return spring. It's a really cool setup. It's not at all like what I've seen on the WeTechs. Now we're gonna remove this pin right here. This took me probably 45 minutes to get out the last time, but I've sort of like reamed it out, cleaned it out, so it's going to be a little bit easier this time. This might take you a while, and that is okay. The really annoying thing is that this needs to go straight down. It's not through the center, it's all the way down here, and there's really no great way to do this. It also, I do not believe, matters which way you hit it from. At least I really hope not, but that might have explained why it took me so long. Oh great, looks like it's still going to be a pain in the butt. If your wooden kitchen table is already scarred, then it's probably not a big deal if you use this as a press. If it's not scarred, then your mom's going to yell at you, so don't do that. Only do it if it's already scarred. And again, what I'm using is part of a just a butterfly like paper binder that I cut to size. So yeah, this could take me a while as well. Again, so I've got a V block right here. This is something I made when I was in Lincoln Tech. I'm not expecting you guys to have this, but really anything is going to help. Now this roll pin is in there really tightly, and it's really annoying. So banging it back and forth actually seemed to work last time, so we're going to do that again. We're doing all of this while trying desperately not to damage the bolt. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off all the excess grease on the area, because it's making it slip out of my fingers. Now, again, this is definitely going to be your longest part, or your most time-consuming thing. It's a classic sort of roll pin bullshit scenario where if they had just used a steel set pin like this one right here, none of this would be an issue. But you know, here we are. So that's the other thing. If you plan on doing this more than once, it might be in your best interest to get a 1.5 millimeter steel rod, or you can just chop down a drill bit and install it in there instead of the roll pin, because it's gonna, you know, result in a hell of a lot less drama. And again, also being on this angle, it's just going to be a pain in the butt. I'm probably going to try some way to cut this out of the video because it's gay and taking forever. Also, you should be using a ball peen hammer, but I don't know where my ball peen hammer went, so I'm using a carpenter's hammer. A dead blow would be sweet too, but no, I'm punching.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so I was actually I just figured out a way after a little bit of nonsense to make this a lot easier on myself. So what you do is and this takes some practice, you finagle your pin into the hole and then you press down with your channel locks. And this, I think, yep, so just watch. There we go. Now we're gonna shorten them up a little bit. And we're just gonna keep going. Okay, now from here you can probably remove the rest of it, but just in case, I'm gonna switch it back around and do it again. Let's do it from here. Whatever, you get the point. So it's a total pain in the butt to get it out. And it's also not very easy to get it back in. So this is roll pin number 2. Roll pin number 1, that one back there. Roll pin number 2, that goes back here. Now we're gonna pull this pin out. That's my punch. Now you're gonna pull this piece right here. So this is all sort of one piece. I've got this rubber thingy, and it's giving me a hard time, but that's okay because we're not gonna break it. There we go. So this is all one piece, right? That's your recoil or your nozzle return spring or whatever the heck you're gonna call it. Now we've just got to get this out right here. So we're gonna take this last pin out. This goes in one way and out one way, so you're not gonna want to force it. You're gonna take the bolt, muzzle that way, stock this way. You're gonna punch it from this side towards the ejection port. And you already know it, but there's going to be springs that want to come out. So, ice pick. There we go. So the other cool thing is when you're using your knee as a stopper, you can feel exactly when the pin comes out. So you're going to remove this pin. Now things are going to want to fly out of here, so just keep your hand covering it. All right, so that's how easy it is. All right, now in here is a spring, and this was the original, so the stock nozzle. This is shooting, 390 to 410 FPS. We're gonna take that out. We're gonna put the new low power nozzle right back in, same direction. We're gonna drop it in. Now, how do we get this pin back in? You're just gonna push this down. And you're gonna wanna look right inside there. I really hope you can see this. Yeah, so you're gonna push that down. You take that same pin, go from the ejection side towards the not ejection side. Now you can actually, it's a quick little cheat. You see how that has the bump on top and this one doesn't? I'm gonna slide this bad boy knurled side towards the ejection, just like this, all right? Punch this back in. You're gonna check to make sure that's going all the way down, which it's not. I'm using the wrong tool. There we go. Once you can see that it's all the way down, you slide that bad boy back in. You're going to pinch it down. Man, I love these channel locks. If you're going to buy a pair of channel locks, if you don't already have one, just get the Irwins. Man, they're adjustable. They're ratcheting. They're sweet. You're going to want to make sure that this is really flush. You will notice if it's not, because it'll catch when you're trying to put it back in. So we're just going to push in a little bit more. That seems good to me. All right, now we're going to take this piece. Remember, there's a key right here and a keyhole right there. So you're just going to slide it right back in. And you're going to fit it up. And you're going to push it in. Now for this little 1.5 by 4 millimeter, I'm sorry, by, what is that, 12 millimeter pin. Now it's going to go back in. And this is a pain in the butt, just like getting it out. So this one, I think, if I remember correctly, you can just punch it back and forth any which way. It doesn't really matter. Just know you're going to struggle with it. Again, it really should be a it should be a steel key pin, not a roll pin, because roll pins, they suck. So we're going to just, again, leverage it with the channel locks. And you don't have to worry about scratching this up too much. It's not the end of the world. It'll sort of finish itself out. The other thing is you're definitely going to want to make sure that this is further down than what I have it, because otherwise it'll get caught while you are trying to install it, which again will be noticeable. So now we're going to do some quick lubing. I believe the only thing you're supposed to hit is this this rubber gasket. Little rubber gaskety boy. Alright. That's good enough. What now? Alright, so we are going to slide this back in. Oh, see, it can only go one way. Now, if you did not do a proper job banging in this pin or this pin, you will feel and hear it catch, but this feels beautiful. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. Now we're going to bang this first pin back in, and that's going to hold this bad boy in place. Yeah, I'm encountering some sort of resistance. So why is that? I don't know if something's not lined up properly or not. Or maybe it's just kind of deformed from me banging it all day. But yeah, you're going to want to make sure that that's in nice and tight. Or nice and nice and low, nice and flush. Yeah, as long as it's not getting caught, it's good. Man, I would like to see that a little bit further in though. There we go. Yeah, maybe I should have put it in from that side. I guess we'll... Yeah, I mean, it's cycling just fine. All right, last thing we're going to do is we're going to put this bad boy in here. So that weird funky part goes up front. Again, muzzle, stock. 3 screws. Put them back in the same order. Just get in the habit of doing that. And I don't think these need to be crazy tight. It's, you know, it's got recoil, but when I opened them up, the first time it wasn't crazy tight, so I figured I'd just put it back sort of snug. Who knows? I might be totally wrong about that. I might make an episode about how to use blue Loctite on all your threaded parts, but right now that's not that. All right, so we're done. You're gonna want to quickly go ahead and make sure that you're not missing any parts. You're gonna slide the guide rod, recoil rod, and spring back in. Again, you're gonna slide it in like that, and you're gonna let it catch flush. You're gonna pop your takedown pin out. You are going to, want to put it in the right side up, right? That would do it. There we go. It's a little harder to do this one-handed. And that's it, guys. Now you have successfully lowered the FPS on your KWA PTS Masada so that you can utilize it for indoor or CQB combat. I hope that I probably got that red thing on my hand or face. I hope you enjoyed this. Like and subscribe if this helped. All right. Thanks a bunch, guys. Peace.